That's who we've got in the room. And without further ado, I am going to kick this off. Welcome to our November all hands meeting. I love the square, seeing everyone, your faces and your backgrounds. What a year. Essentially, we're learning about people through what they wear on camera. Are you wearing pajama pants or real pants? Like, what's in your background, right? Like, that says so much about your personality. We were talking to clients about, hey, before interviews, you go to the office. So hiring managers never before had the opportunity to look at a slice of your personal life, and now they do. And that's our new reality. So lots changing here, and we're keeping up with the times. Quick intros. My name is Shirley Yang. I head community for Braintrust. And to start off, I'd like to introduce the core team members here on this call who will be speaking, right? There's more core team members who won't be speaking. We will spare them the speaking time. So first, Adam, our co-founder and CEO.
Hey, everybody. Adam Jackson here. Great to see some familiar faces and lots of new ones. Excited to dive in here this morning and share lots of fun updates. Thanks.
Thanks, Adam. Next, we have Mark Williams, our head of operations.
Hey guys, good to see you, coming to you from Seattle.
Thanks, Mark. And also on Mark's team, we have Megan from fulfillment.
Hi, everybody. Megan here, North Lake Tahoe.
And we have Grady, who heads enterprise sales.
Hey guys, Grady here, coming from Denver.
And then we have Anna on Grady's team.
Hi guys, I'm in Boston. Nice to see you.
So really glad to have new faces and recurring faces here. I think the first thing that we want to talk about is Adam will provide some exciting network updates. Adam?
Yes, my favorite part. So lots of stuff going on. I can't believe how much stuff happens here at Braintrust in a month. We've had a couple nice press hits over the last couple of weeks, which were, even a surprise to us because it's, election season and, there's like maybe a pandemic going on and, lots of news and very, very difficult to break into this news cycle. But we managed to get a nice hit on Yahoo Finance earlier this week, where I got to talk for 4 or 5 minutes about kind of our, user-owned structure, the way we're building this Braintrust network and how it's, could serve as a playbook to rebuild even the gig economy in a more fair way. And so really appreciate all of you who click and retweet and share those hits on LinkedIn. That really, really helps. Like, it's not like for vanity's sake, it actually helps drive our client pipeline. So Grady's team gets lots more inbound leads, which leads to more clients, which leads to more awesome jobs for you all. So it is really worthwhile if you could just take a few minutes when we send those out via Slack and share them on your social channels if you have social channels. So really appreciate the help there. We also got, so Harvard Business School did this huge report on, maybe Shirley can share the link in the chat while I'm talking. They did this huge report on the future of work and all kind of the new innovative things that are happening, that as the economy, the global economy sort of reshapes itself, in the midst of this global pandemic and people can't get into their offices anymore. And like everything is now on Zoom and everything's remote, like pretty good things if you're a remote talent network like we are. Really amazing tailwind for all of us here on this call and on this network. So the Harvard Business School report mentions Braintrust like 4 or 5 times all over the report. And we did help them with it for sure, but we weren't expecting such nice treatment. So really great. Again, like not a vanity thing, like that's great for the brand when a major, when maybe the best business school in the country. I don't know. I couldn't afford business school, so I don't know which ones are the best, but I hear that one's good. When one of the best business schools in the world or the country, says that what you're building with your network, your user-owned talent network is innovative and it's the future, like that's a great thing, right? That signals to industry leaders, executives at big companies that like, hey, this Braintrust thing is credible. It's something we should check out. And so again, really helps drive the growth of client base, which is great for all of us. Switching gears a little bit to some stuff we're working on. So I am really excited. We call ourselves building the user-owned economy, and we have this Braintrust token we're working on. And one of the big features of that token is to allow our community to vote and govern the network and decide on the rules and the roadmap and which categories we should be in and how stringent we should be with talent and all of the things that like a central company would normally just decide among their executives. We're pushing all of that decision making out to our community, and the token will be the voting system for that. And so I'm actually working with this really amazing consulting firm called Smith & Crown up in Portland on the token economics and the mechanics of that voting system. So that's, like a big part of why, I choose to spend all my time building Braintrust. This is like my passion project. This is what I really love doing. And having like, this token-based governance system to me is so innovative and so new. So more on that later. We're still in the early stages of development. Finally, we are looking on the core team. We're looking to add 2 new full-time people. One, it will be a VP product, and the other is a VP marketing. And these are folks that will kind of run those functions for the network and really help get us to the next level. So we'll share those job descriptions out as we get them online. And of course, if you refer someone, you'll earn tokens for that. So lots more good stuff going on, but that's it for me. I'll hand it back to Shirley.
Thank you, Adam. Adam doesn't need to go to business school. He goes to the School of Life and exited multiple companies.
I got a PhD in the School of Hard Knocks.
Great. And so also a Braintrust plug, but totally worth it. Our podcast, I dropped the URL in the chat. The Way Work Should Work podcast. I think it's super important because it sort of aligns our messaging together with our talents as well as the clients. So the type of topics that employers or hiring managers are talking about when it comes to future of work, hiring trends, organizational trends. The latest podcast is with Suzanne Gibbs Howard. She's a partner at IDEO. She also started IDEO. She talks about power skills. It's the new word that she's a social studies professor. So instead of soft skills, she's saying they're called power skills, which I love because soft skills really doesn't give the credibility of how important these skills are. So she talks about those and how IDEO pushes that forward for talents and employers alike. Please check it out. We would love some reviews.
Sorry, Shirley, real quick, if I could sorry for interrupting you. On the podcast topic, if you guys, so Gabe and I really enjoy doing these. We get these really cool guests. We get, really interesting perspectives from around the world. If you all have an idea for a cool guest that you think you'd want to hear from, send us an email and let us know. No promises that we could get them. And don't say like Barack Obama or whatever, because I think I don't think he would do it. But, cool, like industry leaders or academics or innovators, people like that, send us ideas and we'll try to get them.
Yes, absolutely. And we would the reviews, you all are engineers and tech savvy, so you know how this works. But in iTunes, the more reviews someone has, good reviews, it goes up the list when people search for certain keywords. So it'll help us a lot in terms of getting clients. If we can just leave reviews for the podcast. And again, if you do, send me a screenshot and I'll send you tokens. All right. And next, I want to tell you something super exciting, something that our team has been heads down for the past couple of weeks on doing. So essentially, this is a new talent screening process, okay? And it doesn't apply to you because you are already in. However, it applies to everyone that you refer to and anyone who's trying to get into Braintrust as of 2 weeks ago. Before you got in through Megan and her team, right? But now, because we are a user-controlled, talent-controlled network, we want to stay true to that ethos, which means we have approved talents decide who gets into the network. And so we have enlisted a team of talent screeners, all been personally interviewed by me, for each discipline. So for engineering, product, and design. And each screening team has a lead screener to be able to manage screening workload, processes, and what the goals are, the outputs that we should be measuring. And so I'm super excited. Before I introduce the screeners, I'm going to share our steps so you can all see what that looks like. This is our screening process. The first is a profile review. So we're building this into the product as we speak. Thank you, Mark's team, for that. Essentially, everyone who signs up on the wait list, you will have to start creating your profile. Once it's at 75%, it'll trigger a screener to start reviewing the profile. If the profile looks good and is someone that we want in our network, we will schedule a 15-minute screening interview. And this 15-minute call is mostly screening for communication, professionalism, and whether or not this person will succeed in front of a client. Then once they pass that, we go through a technical assessment. So this would be discipline specific. So if it's engineering, it's coding tests. If it's design tests. Product management, we look at product management skills. Each of these tests are bespoke, created by our talents for our network. So you can't get these tests elsewhere. Once they pass the tests, we have grading rubrics and threshold percentage of how much people need to score. Once they pass that, it's a 30-minute screening with a different talent screener. This way you have multiple touch points with multiple different approved talents, and it's not one person's bias to decide who gets into the network. Once that's done, it goes to approval. And so approval is something that our core team does on the back end, and we want to make sure that their profile is at 100% when that happens. So that's the overall process. If you have any questions, please let me know. We haven't publicized this yet, but this is already happening in the back end, and I am letting you know because you are approved talents and you should know about this. All right. With that, I'd love to introduce our lead talent screeners. On the design side, we have Chad Amon. He comes from us from IBM. He built the IBM design program and personally hired over 2,000 people while he was there. On the engineering side, we have Per Burge. He is an extremely experienced solutions architect, managed several teams in the past and is in Canada. And finally, we have Ed Yu. Ed is also in Canada. Hi, Ed. I'm like looking at the squares to find you. He is a product management professional. He speaks about product management, talks about it, writes about it. Great to have Ed on the team as well. So let's do a quick update. Chad, would you like to go first? Talk to us about your design screening process.
Yeah. Like you had lead design screener here, working with Chris as well. Like you said, worked with IBM as well as PH, hiring 2,000 designers. Been working together for like a month now, bringing some of the best practices and programs for interviewing, reviewing portfolios and matching design skills with client needs. I'm honored to work with you and the team. So what we do is ultimately as screeners, we're looking for software, product, and enterprise designers, open to all backgrounds, taking into account education, body of work, delivering in a dev environment. As you can imagine, really comes down to the portfolio, which shows problem-solving skills, along with this superb design artifacts and what have you. So currently in terms of metrics, the design team screening team has reviewed 47 portfolios, 18 we've greenlit for 15-minute interviews. I've conducted 9 interviews up to this week. Then we have 3 technical tests sent out. But the favorite metric that we've come up with is the fast track. We've fast tracked 4 designers where we match top design talent with immediate client needs, just helping find those design ninjas, which are out there, which would be great for design ambassadors for Braintrust, as well as get a win-win for like the designer, the client, and Braintrust. So nice meeting everyone. Thanks all.
Thanks so much, Chad. Chad's such a rock star. Per, would you like to go next about engineering screening?
Yep, sure. So I'm Per, and I'm the lead screener for engineering. And what we've been working out is the process for the last couple of weeks. We've gone through hundreds of candidates. We started the screening. And the skill sets we've been looking for right now is initially we started looking at the ones who have full stack. So basically they could be matched to a wider range of clients. So they would be able to work on front end and back end. So what we did see though, when we went through the process is that often people have a preference if they want to be front end or back end. And as we got more settled with the process, we kind of expanded it to include people with just a front end focus, people with iOS, Android experience, and people with more of a back end focus. So right now we're covering all the focus areas for engineering. And since we're starting screening a couple of weeks ago, we've sent out meeting invites to about 30 candidates. I think we did 18 15-minute interviews, and we have 15 that we did coding assessment for. And as of this morning, 7 have completed the assessment. And we did 2 final 30-minute interviews where we had 1 candidate who joined Braintrust on Tuesday this week. So we had 1 going through the entire process, so that's pretty exciting. And finally, what we're really looking for is, as Chad and Shirley mentioned, candidates that can be a good fit for any client. People can quickly join the client's team and really delight the clients with their personalities and their skills, and really be great ambassadors for Braintrust.
Thanks so much, Per. And Ed. Ed is rushing off to a 30-minute interview, and he's still here to join us today. So thank you so much. Please go ahead.
No, thanks for changing the agenda. And I've got 5 minutes to talk, so that's cool. I'll take it all. I'm just kidding. So my name's Ed. I'm in Toronto. So I am the lead screener for product management. So generally what we're looking for is people who have a broad skill set, who have experiences in different industries or different types of applications, whether it be B2B, B2C, web, and mobile. So that's kind of our starting point. And if people move forward to a technical assessment, what we generally want to do is have them do an end-to-end product plan. And based on that, it'll help us understand whether they can think strategically, operationally, and can do the tactical stuff. Of course, people are going to have a better orientation to certain areas of that. And through the case study, we'll be able to uncover that information to know where they might fit best with different clients. So since we started a couple of weeks ago, we've had 16 15-minute screenings. 15 are going to move forward to the technical assessment, and 6 have already submitted and scheduled their last 30-minute screening. So I think over the next week, we'll have people come on the platform, hopefully, based on this new screening process.
Thank you so much, Ed. And just so everyone knows, right now we're excavating the wait list. Once next week or 2, we have this funnel built into the platform, we will screen going forward. So everyone who comes onto the wait list will go through this process. And I think the goal right now is to sort of come up and understand that percentage of acceptance rate. The first one that we came up with is on the engineering side. The data that's provided, currently we have a 2% acceptance rate from someone who applies. So congratulations, you're the top 2% so far. All right, so after that, let's get to some thank you screeners. That was a great update.
If I could just jump in real quick, Shirley. Yeah, I just want to thank you so much, Per, Chad, and Ed. Like, this has been one of the coolest things we've done for a while at Braintrust, and it's kind of the future of what we're looking at next year of how this scales. So we can't thank you enough for stepping up and helping us out there. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark. Next, sales updates, Grady.
Yeah. Hey guys. And I'll echo what Mark said. Like, you guys have probably noticed we're starting to get a lot of jobs on platform, and we're getting more variety, I would say, in the jobs as well, which which means we need, new different talent, new skills, those types of things added to the network. So, Chad and team, thank you guys for building out the first wave of this. This will be a fantastic way for us to scale that function and then really delight customers by just matching you very quickly with the right talent, the right people. So thanks, guys. So a little bit of a sales update for everybody. So you guys, like I said, have seen probably more and more jobs going up, which is fantastic. Like some of the other functions here at Braintrust, we've actually been growing our sales team also, focused on the client side, both large enterprise and kind of small and medium business. So a few other folks that are on the call and names you guys might be familiar with or have worked with in the past are going to be Nick Hensley, who's running really all of our mid-market and small business sales. Myself, as well as Pierre, who's on, oftentimes is referred to as PH, are running most of our enterprise clients at the moment. Anna, who was introduced early, she's running really all of our connector programs. So how we can
Hey, Nick, do you want to say hi real quick during this time?
Hey, everybody. I'm Nick. I recognize a few faces on here. Just waiting for Grady. I know his microphone. He doesn't have one that looks like this, so bear with him for a second. Like you said, I run the small and medium-sized business, so it's a pleasure to meet all of you guys.
Nick is also the master mixer for our podcast sound.
I do. I've worked on the podcast with everybody, so go out and check that. If you haven't, it's on Spotify and all of the other platforms.
Why don't we have Megan go for now? Or Grady, are you done? Okay, Megan, go ahead.
Oh, hi, everybody. It is so fun to see familiar faces on here. And I wanted to kind of start by introducing a few new faces. So Eva was on our last one, but in case you haven't met her, Eva has joined our team, as has Michelle and Patsy. So I'll let them kind of do a wave in the box so you know which ones they are. So these are additional members of our ops team, and they are all so incredible. Love these women to death. And they are going to be also doing a lot of the screening that I've been doing. So whereas before I was the only primary point of contact, we have Patsy, Michelle, and Eva now as well. So incredible resources for our talent community, and they're going to be able to make matches much faster and get to know you all as well. So even if you and I have had a chance to communicate and had a chance to chat, you might have an invite from one of them as well if you're applying to a recent job, just so that they can get to know you as well. So just keep that in mind. I'm still going to be here by all means, of course, but we're really excited to have these incredible talents on our team internally here. So thanks so much for joining us, and we're so glad you're here. Now, I also wanted to talk about a few of the open roles that we have on Braintrust. When I'm telling you about these, I would love to kind of think about, even if it's not a fit for you, if you know somebody that it is a fit for, just keep in mind that that is an incredible opportunity for you to earn some long-term passive Braintrust tokens. So just as a little reminder, when you refer people for a role and they end up getting that job, you get 1% of everything they ever invoice on Braintrust in Braintrust tokens, on Braintrust and Braintrust. So it's an incredible opportunity to get some passive Braintrust tokens through the length of any time that they invoice through Braintrust. So just kind of keep that in mind. So we kind of have, I often talk about this a lot. It seems like we go through cycles and themes, and for whatever reason, November is the month of designers. So we have a lot of product designer roles on the platform. We are looking for UI UX product designers. For Coursera, we are looking for Stanley. We are looking for some smaller startups. And then we were at Stanley X, which is Stanley Black & Decker. And we also have a product designer role that just posted for Foundation Medicine as well. So lots of product designer roles. A lot of our product designers have started getting jobs. So we are looking to fill more people with that have those skills in the platform. So if you know people or you are a product designer and available right now, be sure you are submitting your proposals. Feel free to reach out to me. And if it's not one of the ones that I'm managing, I'll send you to the right person. So I'm happy to kind of triage those and move you to the right person. So we also have a pretty interesting role right now for a video product specialist with Stanley X. They found some extra budget at the end of the year, and they are looking for somebody to help them build a marketing video. This is definitely a new talent that we have not traditionally had on the platform. So if you know somebody that just can make kick-ass video products for marketing and has just a beautiful portfolio, let us know. On the content marketing manager, they also are looking for somebody to kind of do some content marketing, do some collateral, do some landing pages, event pages, kind of some last minute marketing push for their product launch as well. We also have a huge new influx of jobs around blockchain. So if you have Ethereum or Solidity or any of these blockchain focused experiences, let Eva know. She is looking for blockchain engineers. So this is kind of a, as a blockchain company ourselves, it's always fun to see these roles come in, but we are seeing lots and lots of new ones getting posted and lots of interest from a couple different companies. As always, we are always looking for front end, full stack, and back end engineers. We are working with companies like Nextdoor, TaskRabbit, Autolist, and we are actively helping them find awesome engineers. So if you know people in those spaces, let us know. And if you have any other questions about open roles, please be sure to reach out to me. We have lots of fun plans for being able to help you get even more visibility into what's available, who is still accepting applications, and where they are in that process. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me.
Thank you, Megan. And I would just say a really simple way to get referrals is just post to your LinkedIn and just say, hey, do I know any blockchain engineers, right? Or, hey, any mobile, are we allowed to say the client name when we post, Megan?
We have traditionally not been saying it, just because we're trying to protect some level of anonymity. But I think it would be totally fair to say something like a very well-known sports apparel company is looking for a digital growth marketer. I think it is kind of fair to say things like that without being super explicit.
Perfect. Thank you for that clarification. And so once you do that, and then if people DM you, all you have to do is an email intro or get their resume, I think is the first thing, and then email intro to Megan's team. And we will make sure we sign them up with your referral link. Every time they work on a job, you get Braintrust 1% in perpetuity. So just want to make sure we all know that. Grady, are you back with us?
Yes, I am. Sorry about that. This is my first time using Zoom. Yeah, so just on that point that Megan was just making, so yeah, maybe hold off on like giant public posts for the clients, but and the exact roles. But if someone like DMs you and like, what customer is this? Like, feel free to just like message them one-on-one, whoever it is. No big deal. Sorry, what I was saying earlier before I conveniently got cut out. Is our sales team's growing. We're also we just added a new enterprise account manager as well. So, basically up until about 2 months ago, we had 2 of us, Nick and I, on the sales team, and now we've got 5. And that'll probably continue to grow into next year as well as we kind of onboard more customers and need more bandwidth, just kind of naturally. So that explains kind of some of the uptick there as far as like jobs posted and new customers coming on board. Feel free to reach out to any of us with any questions on anything. We're all super open across the board. New clients wise, and just to talk a little bit more about November, just to give everybody kind of a broader sense for how we're doing. So November is going to be our most hires ever in a month. The most dollars that are going to be allocated to those hires of any month to date since we've got started. And that's continued to creep up kind of starting with the June, July, August, September, October, November. We've been going kind of up and to the right the entire time. So we're seeing a lot of traction and we don't see that slowing down. So we're expecting to see a lot more coming over in December, January, and into the new year. So fantastic things. it's clearly people need what we've got for them. So keep up the good work. New clients in the last 30 days, just to give you an update there. So we've had a lot of hires, especially in the SMB kind of mid-market space. So companies like Deccan and True and Princeton and Maya, and a bunch of like blockchain hires that we were talking about with SwiftChain have all come through. And then our enterprise customers, as you guys probably have seen, we're like, we get 1 or 2 jobs posted for them. We staff some really fantastic people onto their accounts, and then they immediately start coming back for more hires. So we're seeing Stanley X come through in big numbers, Coursera, Pacific Life, Porsche. We're gonna have more going up for Deloitte today, as well as Nike and Black & Decker. So fantastic news on those fronts. And it just goes to show, like, once people start using us, they really, really like the talent we have. Clients in the pipeline. So there's a lot of kind of mid-market customers that you might not recognize, but like big names that we'd be expecting kind of over this quarter is MetLife, Goldman, Morgan Stanley, Samsung, BASF, Rolls-Royce, Starbucks, Under Armour, American Eagle, Yelp, Foundation Medicine just posted, and a number of others. So like we've got some big names, guys, that are going to have a lot of incoming business. And just so everybody's aware, like everybody's kind of starting in planning mode right now. Like everybody's kind of wrapping up their budgets, planning for 2021. So we're doing a lot of strategic planning sessions with existing customers as well as prospects, kind of the first and second week of December, so that we can start to tee up what jobs they're going to need to get up and rolling in January. So what we're anticipating on our end is kind of a bunch of projects probably carrying through to January, February of existing ones, and then a whole new wave of them coming when these 2021 budgets are locked. So I would suspect in kind of Jan, Feb, we're going to get a big influx of new jobs as well, which again, you know, we need to ramp up the talent side. And then feel free to hit us on Slack as well if you guys have any ideas. That's it for me.
Update, Grady. I mean, I love these because we get a sneak peek of what's coming in the pipe and not just, you know, what's already on the job board. I mean, I heard Goldman, Under Armour, American Eagle, Starbucks, like these are just all-star names. And, you know, our enterprise team really are able to get clients from across all sectors, right? So it's not just a few popular sectors, but across all. So congratulations to Grady and team. Next, Mark, tell us what's going on with product.
All right. Hello, everyone. So this last month, a lot of work was just on the back end. So not as much front end UI changes to report this time, just a couple small ones. But the big items on the back end were a lot of changes to invoicing to just hopefully help everyone get paid faster. That's one of our main goals here. And each client has a little bit different request for how they'd like to see invoices come in, when they come in, what information they want to see. So when you submit invoices, some of our clients, we batch those up and change how they look and get them in front of their payments team so they can be processed as quickly as possible. It's not exciting work, but it's important. And so we did a lot of work there on invoicing this last month. And also, for one of our clients, you've seen the jobs from Coursera. They have a requirement that people are W-2 full-time employees. So we have a partner that acts as the employer of record for those. So we have all of that set up to be working when we have future clients. We'll see how many we have. It's always a changing space on 1099 compliance and W-2 requirements. So we're trying to stay ahead of the game and be able to support every client that comes in the door. So a huge week on the back end. As far as the front end, there was a new feature that we launched that it's private to you and on your own profile. It just shows profile views. This was a request that came from the community to just be able to see, especially when for new people joining, when they submit their first proposal to a job, they'd like to see that profile count go up to know that someone's actually looking at it and it's not just going to a black hole. You can change this and make it public if you like in your settings, the same place in your profile, the little gear or your profile image, or you can change other notification settings as well. So if you want to make that public, let people see, go for it. The other work we've done on the front end, hopefully invisible, but very useful to people who access the web in different ways. We always do accessibility work in almost every single weekly sprint we have. The biggest thing we've done recently is just single pointer gestures for multi-point operations, which basically means we just got rid of click and drag across the entire site. So this was really important for especially the project cases. When you submit proposals and you want to highlight different projects, you can quickly shift those around and make sure you're putting the best foot forward on the proposal for a new job. So pretty exciting to see that. I think we've made a lot of good improvements there, especially with all of the tab and using different pointer devices to get around our site. Again, may not be noticeable to some of you, but extremely helpful to some people in our community. On the roadmap side, I am extremely pleased to announce that we're working with Chad. Chad is just doing everything at Braintrust. He is, first of all, helping, this is just kind of a starting off a few hours a week helping us on design, but the design improvements on the hire process. If you have been recently hired to a job, you've seen these emails go back and forth where we really try to make sure the client has put everything in the job post as far as what the title is going to be, the rate, the start date. Just make sure everything is clear up front when that gets started on the job, so there's no questions or surprises when you start on your first day. And so we're adding that into the product. This will be coming over time, so hopefully it's just a lot smoother and a lot less manual intervention from our team going back and forth on email. Also, we're going to be hopefully by this time next month, we'll see if we get to it in time for the next all hands, but we're going to be providing bid feedback or proposal feedback. So when you submit a proposal on a job and the client marks you as not a good fit for whatever reason, we're going to gather feedback from them on why that is, if it was rate, if it was their portfolio, whatever the case may be, and then surface that just to you, so you have some information going forward. Some clients are good at this, some clients are not, so we'll do our best to get the feedback for you, so you know how to submit a better proposal the next time, or take their feedback and leave it if you disagree with it. Similar to that, we want to provide better updates on job status. So once we have posted a job and we've seen a client move people into the screening process, we're going to show that status right on the job. So you have a good idea. If you haven't been contacted for screening, it may not work out, so you can submit a proposal for the next one. Just trying to do our best in letting you know where a job is in the process. I know how frustrating it can be. I live this process just about every month with NASA. When we get an opportunity to submit a proposal to them, we never have much time. We submit the proposal and then never hear anything back from them unless we win it. So it always stings a little bit when it goes into a black hole. So I'm trying to do our best on the Braintrust side to get you the information as quick as we have it, so you know as much as we do. And that is it for me. So I'll hand it back to Shirley.
Awesome update. Thank you, Mark. We're super excited, especially for more visibility and clarity on the after proposal submission process. Like, where are we? Where's the client? Are they interviewing yet? And also, if it's a no, why is that a no? So we're doing everything we can right now to make sure that we're able to surface that information for you. And if no one has any questions, does anyone have any questions about the core updates that we did today? No. Wow. We're so clear at explaining things, obviously. Now, to conclude, I'd like to end this on a fun note. I just dropped into the chat a chance to win Braintrust. So if you can, the first person to put in the answer in chat, you will get 20 Braintrust for this live trivia. Which enterprise has posted the most jobs with Braintrust? Is it Porsche, Samsung, Stanley Black & Decker, or Nike? Grady. That's so funny. Are we all in? Our winner is Monica. It's Stanley Black & Decker. They've posted 8 jobs with us. Stanley X Group, the innovation arm. So Monica, I will be sending you Braintrust. Thank you everyone for joining. If you have any questions, reach out to us on Slack and we will see you next month. Bye.
Bye.